space work for the industry,
Yeah.
and more detailed to work with the satellites, with testing satellites and do everything else. So yeah, I should say it wasn't an easy task, but I think we went through it proudly with our flags flying, and we did a great job. And you, Leo, did a great job adding to the case according to my strategy. So that thing was taken care of. Tell us a little bit more about your exact background, which we used in a well-positioned criterion for the case, and what exactly was the endeavor, the proposed endeavor in your case. So maybe let's start with the proposed endeavor, and what was your well-positioned, what was your background for this endeavor?
Yeah, basically, my endeavor is, I will offer this manufacturing service and vibration test service aerospace companies. I mean, speaking generally, this is why this is important, because everything that is going to be launched to space needs to be vibrated. In fact, your cell phone, for sure, not one cell phone in particular, but almost everything has to pass for vibration testing. In the case of satellites or any aerospace hardware, need to be vibrated in order to avoid accident inside the rocket, because during the launching there is a lot of vibration,
shaking and vibration.
An explosion. Yeah, this is an explosion before behind your foot. So basically, you need to test every hardware that is going to be launched to space. So my background basically is that I have more than 6 years vibrating satellites, and not only satellites but telescope, propulsion systems for satellites. And
so if you don't understand what those tests are, it's like just imagine like Leo is entering like the lab, and there is like satellite. He comes to it and like starts shaking it, like shaking like crazy, and just reading the. I'm just kidding. So yeah, we need to test these satellites and whatever technology is going into the space. And what is Leo is saying is, because there's a lot of shaking when things are getting into the space, and maybe there's a lot of shaking over there, Lord knows, then we need to build those satellites and that technology in a way to withhold all this craziness that happens between the launch and basically the end of the work of this satellite in the future. So he was the person who was preparing those tests, doing those tests, reading those tests, and that's basically his proposed endeavor based on the experience to do the same for the space industry in the United States of America. Did I summarize it right, Leo?
Sorry?
Did I do the summary right? Did I explain it like in a short and concise way?
I cannot hear you.
Did I summarize your proposed endeavor and your past experience properly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the other thing that is included in my endeavor is the manufacturing part, because I perform basically two biggest part of the manufacturing of satellite. So, vibration testing and the part of improve the manufacturing process, because vibration testing is part of the manufacturing process. It's a testing. It's a part of testing. And the other part is improve the manufacturing process. I mean, for example, I create a process for accepting the electronic component of the satellite, or how to make measures of the mechanical pieces in a way that you avoid waste of time or waste of material. But basically, that the endeavor was improve the manufacturing process of aerospace and perform vibration testing.
Yeah, and you know, to me it sounds like Chinese, and of course I wrote the memorandum of the case, and now I know pretty much a lot of things about aerospace engineering. But yeah, it was a very interesting case, Leo, and I think you were, because you were also very committed to the case, and basically did everything that I asked for. That was the also a very good recipe for the approval of the case. So, in your opinion, what was the hardest part of the case? And I know we discussed your education and your past experience. How we that's still that was a hard case, part of the case also, but that was more like a legal side. What was a hard thing on the practical side of preparing the case?
I think uh, all the process is hard because I mean, you have to work. You have to work. This is not, something straightforward that, is done by itself. But I think the work in the project, in the details of the project, because you have to build a project. I mean, the project that you send to the officer
Yeah, you
in a way
present in the case.
yeah, exactly, the way you present this without being so technical, because you cannot you have to be technical, but not at a level that a root square of the sinusoidal signal. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to present this to a person that is not an engineer, a person that probably doesn't know anything about vibration testing, and that's a kind of complicated, because this is a complicated process. Vibration thing is not an easy stuff.
No,
Trying to
definitely,
explain this,
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So,
that's
basically, there were a few tasks here. First of all, Leonardo had to explain it to me, so I could understand it. You know, that's already a big difficulty because I'm not in the space engineering. So we went through this. Okay, that was pretty clear. The second task is to make sure that when Leonardo was describing the case in his personal statement, to explain it as if it's a 6-year-old boy or a girl. So simple terms, with no formulas, with no square roots, with no craziness. Just what exactly that should do, what the essence of the work. And the third task is for me to again to translate everything that we have in the case and all the recommendation letters and a description of the project and the professional plan, what exactly is going on. Because like Leo said, of course, the immigration officer has no idea what's a satellite, what's the vibration, how things work. So you have to be really simplistic in the ways to describe everything what's going on. So I can see how that was a very difficult part of the case. What else, Leo? What else you think was difficult besides that?
of course the recommendation letter, because the recommendation letter is not, okay, I know Leo, this is a great guy. No, it's not this is not the kind of recommendation letter. This has to be very precise about the work, that if somebody is making a recommendation letter, okay, it's not the why, it's the how.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to explain in the letter how this guy work with you, side by side, and explain that again in a simple term, but explaining the deep of the work that we perform together.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I got learned from people from UK, United States, Brazil, here in Uruguay, several people with several knowledge in different, all of course in aerospace, but basically in different part of the process of vibration testing. Because
Mm-hmm.
one of them was my manager. He does not, I mean, he's not an expert in vibration. He's the manager, so he knows
Mm-hmm.
some stuff, but not at the level as I know. But for example, there is another guy that is my provider of the service of the software of the shaker, so he knows a lot. And so basically, you have to link the different vector of the knowledge and try to explain that to the officer again in a
Mm-hmm.
letter. It's simple, but precise.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird the way it sounds, but it is that.
Yeah, definitely. Simple and precise way. That's the overall approach, and I like how you put it that the recommendation or expert opinion letters, because we had a couple of those, they need to tell exactly how things were done or how things will be done sometimes in the future, and that's definitely the difference between the general understanding what's the recommendation or reference letter, like you said, like yeah, he's a great guy, great ethics, and this and that. Yeah, it's all good, but what exactly we can do and how we can do this and how we did that in the past. Also, Leo, you participated in our NEO program, where by chance and I think it was a good luck, we had other clients in the company also in the aerospace engineering theme, and the case is similar to yours. So can you tell and explain how the NEO program works in my company and what did you get out of it?
Well, basically, it was like an exchange of not recommend expert letter because
Expert letters.
this guy. Remember, there are two guys. They have similar project. I was like when the first time I read their profile, I said, "Wow, this guy are really good. This guy are really experts in the aerospace industry." So having an expert letter from this guy, you feel like, "Oh wow, this is deep."
Yeah.
Yeah, and the strategy in this case was, you write down a an expert letter from your perspective about them, and they do the same for you. Uh, about the result of this letter, I was stunned. It was amazing. In fact, I told the paralegal that it really surprised. I was really surprised because the expert letter was incredible. I was reading it and I said, wow, 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 wow. I cannot believe that this is part of my case.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
I even thought that this is even better than my project.
That's good. Well, I think it's a really good feedback. So for those of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, the like what's this NEO program? What are you guys talking about? Expert opinions. So basically, if you guys work with my company, and the way we do the cases, we segment them. So these guys are engineers, you're IT, you're business people, you sport, whatever it is. And if you participate in NEO program, basically we'll find you a match between your case, your talent, your project, whatever that is, and some other clients in the company who don't know you and you don't know them. So those letters are usually the strongest ever you can get, because you get expert opinion objective from expert who doesn't know you or your work. So basically we can get to up to 4 letters in a company through this project that we implemented last year, and the power of those letters, they just through the roof, like Leonardo said, that it was amazing letters, and maybe even the strongest piece of evidence in the case, and easy for the officer to read and understand and see the objectivity of those letters. So nowhere else you can get those letters but within the company, working with my team. By the way, Leonardo, how you assess the work of the team that was on your case? How was the communication? How was the process of reviewing and commenting on the paperwork? Can you give your opinion on that?
I always had an answer from the team. I remember that I told you when you called me the day of the approval that uh, I just want to say thanks to Ekaterina because she was really amazing with me during the case. She was always answering my questions. I mean, she wasn't like my my guy. You see, guide me to with my hand, and the team was always commit with my case. I always have the answers, mostly from Ekaterina, but every time that I need some information, I got the answer.
Okay,
I
very,
mean,
very, very good.
the team is key. It's key during the game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And when you get a team assigned to your case, you need to understand that these people, they've done a lot of cases. So and of course, I control all the teams, and I overlook the entire the process. So basically, I do things in the case with the hands of the team that's actually working on the case. Okay, so let's look at the questions. I see a couple of questions, Leo. So let's go through them and then go to the last part of today's interview. So the question number one is from Eslam Z. He's asking how many years of experience does Leo have? And I think Leo, you already answered that question. I think about 6 years you mentioned, right?
Yeah, exactly. 6 years.
Yeah.
Well,
So
when we start the case, working in the case, I have 5, but during the time that we were working, I got these 6 years of experience.
Okay. Second question, Danish NA. He has I-140 approved, but due to the wait time, he has to wait 1 year plus. So basically, yes, that's the visa bulletin. And again, we're not gonna put a lot of time about the forecast. I think that the weight is going to shrink in 2024 just due to the trends that are going right now. But yeah, you still have to wait for around a year in anyways, even if it's EB-1A, because that's how long it takes for the embassy to process the documents. So basically, any wait time for EB-2 category that is not over a year is not going to make a huge difference. So basically, let's say if Leo had got the EB-1A approved, there would have been a 1 year also. So in this case, it doesn't really matter. And basically that was a comment, but the question was from Danish, can he apply O1 and get approval more quickly? Yeah, definitely. If Leo told me in the beginning of the case, hey, the time was of the essence, I need to get in the States as soon as possible, we could build a strategy where we get O1 case done, then EB-2 NIW, and for that matter, having Leo already in the US and waiting for the green card here in the country. So that's definitely a possibility. Okay, so guys, keep up with the questions. We're gonna spend maybe another 5, maybe 10 minutes if we get more questions. So don't lose this excellent opportunity to ask questions to Leo or myself, and maybe help someone else who is watching this stream not online but on YouTube a couple of weeks later. Leo. If you invented the time machine and you could go back to the beginning of your case, when you were starting doing your case, what would be the advice that you would give to yourself?
I think I would say to myself that dedicate a little bit more time working on the project, because when you start working on the project, you are like a train. You have all the energy, but this is a process that lasts 6 months. So the first 1 or 2 months you are working like crazy, but then you relax. Okay, maybe this takes more time or whatever, or you have your life. The life continues, so, and you relax. And then I remember that you sent me a message in Telegram. Okay, we are we're running out of time. We have we have we haven't completed the documentation. Please, you have to deliver all the documents in time. So then I start working like crazy again. So yeah, I think
So
that
because
that my advice. Yeah, yeah, a sinusoidal signal. So basically, that will be my advice. The other thing that okay, you feel sometimes that oh I did the correct decision because you again you hesitate because you probably don't believe that you are able to do this. But yes, if you have the experience, you know you inside that you are an expert in something, but you have this fear of take this first step. So I remember that I clicked the button of contact you. Okay, now we are in this. So I have to believe in me. I believe it in me. So I start working with you, and the o- the things start going, smooth after starting working.
So basically, I can summarize it in two things. What Leonardo said. Number one, trust the process, guys. Trust the process and do the work. What's required from you by the strategy that I create in the beginning of your case. And number two, very important, believing in yourself and believing in your case, because that translates in the quality of your work. Because if you don't believe what you do, I mean, it's you can read it between the lines, But if you do, then things look different. Okay, very good. Leonardo, one of the last questions: uh, why and how? What was your train of thoughts? Why did you entrust yourself and your future in my hands, in the hands of my company? What was the trigger points why you decided to go with us?
I think you asked me some a question like this in our first meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and is this? I think the answer is the same because I contacted several attorneys. When you are starting looking for this kind of service, okay, I contact this, and one of the things that was for me, particularly, is this the fastest of your answer because when you are hiring attorney, you need you need answers. This
Mm-hmm.
is important. I mean, if you are basically putting your life because it's your life. This is a life-changing decision in somebody that answer you 4 days later, a week. No, this is not the way that it should be working. Because you need the people that is committed with you because they believe in you, they believe in your case. So you need answers, and you need the answer the fastest as possible. I mean, I'm not speaking about 1 minute or 5 minute answer, but at least a couple of hours. And I
Yes.
remember that I was contacting your team by WhatsApp, and this guy was answer me like he was a friend. We were texting. So this is
Mhm.
important. It was a key decision.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, and definitely that's one of the things that we are very proud of. That basically we stream the cases of our clients live. So basically, it's an online streaming of the case. So work is being done at the same time, very fast response rate, and that's basically in our contracts that you must get answer to your question maximum within 24 hours, but in fact you get the answer almost immediately. Okay, so and definitely that's I think that's important in today's world where things are very fast and we want to get information almost at the same time as we requested. Okay, very good. So let's have one more question from anonymous attendee. For O1, do you recommend Leo to apply on tourist, change of status, or apply from his home country? So I guess that question goes to me. It really depends. It really depends. Yes, there's a little slight problem with O1 visas recently. It's a kind of new trend with O1 visas where a certain percentage of cases is being denied on the level of the embassy, maybe up to 10% for whatever reason. For whatever reason they are. So if we have a chance to change the status of the client, and we know that the client doesn't have to go outside of the US while waiting for other like green cards moves in the future, then definitely I would say that that's the way to go to change the status. If there are other circumstances, then we need to go through the embassy, which again is not a problem, but there is a little risk, as 2023 showed to us. So that decision to do it as a change of status or go to the embassy would depend on certain factors within the case of a particular client. All right, so Leonardo, any closing words, any closing statement on your side?
Yeah, I think the comment that I put in your Google page.
Google review, yes.
Google review. The important thing is the result. In the story, the important thing is you succeed. I mean, you during this time, 6 months working, 6 months of fear, lot, fighting, trying to get all the information. But when you get this result, you realize that it's possible. The important thing at the end of the story is the result. So trust in yourself for the people, trust in yourself, trust in your profile, and trust in your company. You will get the result.
Absolutely, and we are result oriented. We are not the company that just wants to grab somebody's money and not caring about what's going to happen in the future. We do care about the result. We stay with the clients as long as the client trusts us and shows that trust in the process. We're gonna give 100% of ourselves, of our resources. So Leo, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being a great client. Thank you for spending not one but 2 times giving us an interview and explaining your case. And I'm really happy we got a result for you, for your family, for your kids. I think it is a life-changing, and definitely it's always good to play a role in somebody's life to change it for the best, for better, for the best. So I wish you good luck. I cannot wait to see you here in the States once you get your green card, and we still stay on your case until the day when you get your visa stamp and a passport. So we're in contact, and of course you'll be able to contact us anytime through the new team that's on your matter. So let me see. Okay, yes, and one of my employees is giving me a little thing to add to this stream. Guys, everybody who registered for this Zoom, for this stream, and came actually to online to watch it, and I see there's a lot of you, which I'm really excited about. You will get a guide on talent visas in very soon. Okay, so you will get the letter with the guide, and you will be able to get that guide, and it's a really great work. You're gonna love it. So you're gonna be enjoying more resources for your future cases. All right, guys, everybody, thank you for attending the stream. Leo, thank you for your time. Wish you all your best, and probably next time I'll see you already here in the States.
I hope so.
All right, good luck to you.
Bye.
Take care.